Hello and welcome back to Pathfinder Wrath of the Righteous. So, we are in our camp and we need to speak to Darren. It's the last person we need to speak to in the camp, and he specifically asked us to meet with him. So, let's head over there and see what he has to say. He's very, very far away from the rest of the party. So, we'll see how this is going to go. I'm trying to get the camera to angle here so we can actually see what's going on. Although apparently the camera is not going to play well with us today. There we go. We'll go for this direction, shall we? Oh, he's created his own little, own little area. Doesn't seem to have any room for us, but that's okay. Hello. Ah, Baron Feldspar, it's so good to see you. You look a tad petrified. I hope everything is rock solid in your life. My dearest Princess Peridot, you look stunning. You almost managed to eclipse Countess Petronella's debut of last year's season. You certainly bested her in your magnitude and your gravity. Darren sits in a circle of stones, making small talk with a perfectly serious expression on his face. When he notices you, he stands up and offers you his hand. My dear ladies and gentlemen, allow me to introduce my beautiful companion. Here she is, the crown jewel of the evening, Naminde, the hero of the Crusades. Baron Feldspar, Princess Peridot, how do you do? I can always count on you, Naminde. Darren winks at you. He looks around his social gathering of rocks. Life has failed to delight us lately. Quite the opposite, in fact. It has thrown us into the darkest plane of existence, surrounding us with legions of repulsive demons and dragging us into a struggle between forces we, or at least I, do not understand. If that's how things are, well, so be it. If life begrudges us opportunities for fun, oh well, we must make our own. Okay, so we passed a perception check here. So we can say, you seem very emotional, is everything alright? Or we can just go straight into something else. Let's do the perception check, sure. Let's see what he says. You seem very emotional, is everything alright? Everything is perfectly fine. Nothing has changed at all, Darren smirks. This whole story was a little too much from the very beginning. The stakes too high, the secrets too serious. Oh, and we keep stumbling over them more than I'd like. What am I doing here? I have never really cared for high politics or games between forces beyond my ken. He gives himself a little shake. Look, Baron Feldspar here agrees with me. He's a tough, silent type who rarely expresses his misgivings. If you wish, I can invite him to a dinner party when we're back in Dresden. Would you like that? He's a craggy fellow, but a fine conversationalist. Well, let's bow and say, introduce me to your guests. Let the fun begin. Oh, why, of course. This imposing gentleman, for instance, with the crack on his base, is Duke Dolomite. Baron Feldspar has a split along his top. The princess is the largest of the boulders, and she emanates royal magnificence. And there, under your feet, lie two noble knights. I call them Sir Flint and Sir Shale. That's it. I can't do it anymore, Darren burst into laughter. You know, the funniest part of this situation, these boulders aren't actually all that different from half my acquaintances in high society. Their sense of humor, their personalities, their ability to carry on a conversation, their resemblance is uncanny. Well, I like your company more than the company of stones. Darren pauses a little before answering, his eyes glinting. That was, very sweet of you to say. Alright, forgive my stupid performance. I was a little overwrought. I've had it with these rocks. A little soiree wasn't my finest idea, I'll admit. Are you sure you're alright? Ever since we got to the Abyss, you haven't been acting like yourself. Sometimes I have a This terrible creeping suspicion, Naminde. Terrible and probably preposterous too. It almost seems like you genuinely care about me. Hilarious, isn't it? Well, what gave you that idea? I don't even know. You tolerate my taunts and react to them in the most charming way. You like my company and my chatter. Do you remember the note you found in the cache back at my estate? I wrote it on the spur of the moment, but I dared not give it to you personally, so I hid it. I gave you the key without any additional explanations, and I honestly believed the note would stay there forever, collecting dust. Someone who did not care a jot about me would not have bothered to figure out what this gift meant and how it should be used. Well, you figured me out. I do care about you, always, except all the times when you're driving me mad. Darren smiles deviously. Some dishes are only improved with the addition of spice. A dash of madness makes one's emotions deliciously intense. Something strange flickers in Darren's eyes as he answers, choosing his words carefully. I should hate to become a burden to you, or a threat. The brighter the sun shines, the darker the shadows we cast. There I go, speaking gloomy nonsense again. Demons take it, let us return to the company of our hard-headed guests. Alright, we're gonna kiss him. Let's forget about it all. Darren kisses you back with enthusiasm, then says, after catching his breath, I cannot say I find the abyss terribly inspiring, but let's spend some time alone together. I really, really hope no demons fall on our heads and spoil our date. Oh. Whoa. Wait, where are we? Oh, right. Darren moves here. I see. Next to the Midnight Fate. Okay. That's kind of weird, but that's fine. This is really where I wanted to be in the first place, so that works for me. Okay. Wendwog had 1 strength damage restored. Good for you, Wendwog. I'm going to rest here, because there doesn't appear to be any time constraints, so resting seems sensible. Do you really only have a +2? Oh, I guess you only have a +2 because we don't know what scroll it is that we're doing. Yeah. So actually back. So if I instead said lore religion, there we go. So now I can get you to scribe scrolls. Okay. So do we have anything in here that we need you to scribe? There's some that we can't because I never bought the scroll scribers kit, which is honestly quite annoying at this point. Just seeing if we have anything obvious that would be good. Hellfire Ray could be interesting. Probably Raised Dead is one that we might want to do some of. Okay, this seems good. What would be really useful here is if it showed you what ingredients you were using. We'll have a caster level 1 scroll of Raised Dead. Sure, that seems fine. Okay. Yeah, go make me that. 20 hours of rest is required. Oh, it's because we just had 4 hours of rest. Fair enough. Let's go. Darren bought such beautiful roses. You can tell right away that whoever grew these really loves their job. Must be really happy that their flowers being given to such a heartfelt gift. As such a heartfelt gift. It's not Darren speaking next, weirdly. Alright. When a person's actions are truly from the heart, they don't tend to make a big show of it. Then again, we're talking about Count Arende here. I take back what I said. Anything from him that isn't outright mockery has got to count as a sincere gesture of affection. Okay. Hey, we have made ourselves a scroll of Raised Dead. A conversation with Greyboar. Okay. The herald senses that one of the commander's companions requires help. We must speak to Greyboar. Okay. Let's see what we got here. So, just to work out where we're at. This one we can't do until we get back to the real world. So that's locked off. Try and get an audience with the city's rulers. We have many different ways to do this. Okay, which is one of, and each of these is a way of doing it. So, securing an audience with the harem of ardent dreams, become famous, experience the bliss of fighting in the arena, and the rapture of rupture. Visit Valexia's mansion. Okay, that's fine. Then she offers patronage to young and talented individuals who manage to impress her. Cool. We have to find somebody to judge people, but we can't do that yet. That's, again, Sword of Valor. We're not going to Is. Greybore. Cool. Where is Greybore? Ah, down here. Okay. I assume he wants to speak to us about Darazand and the fact that he's dead. Or he's like, I want money. Hey, Greybore. Greybore gives you a sly smile as he lights his pipe. The excited glint in his eyes betrays his impatience to share some news with you. Finally, he can contain himself no longer. Interesting news has reached my ears, Namende. There's been talk among the more disreputable citizens of Shimira that someone is hiring the most vicious thugs and cutthroats to kill a certain Willowdus. A familiar name, isn't it? I strongly suspect that this is the same Willowdus who set me up during the assassination of Darazand. I'd call that a fortuitous coincidence. Remind me, what do you have against Willowdus? I can't wait to have a few words with that fellow. He contracted me to kill the Baelor Darazand and insisted that I use the magical dagger he gave me, which turned out to be defective. My target escaped, and even though it only postponed his death for a few days, it sullied my reputation. For a few days? Wait a second. So, are you meant to be... Are you saying that the time between the Siege of Dresden and us in the Midnight Fade is meant to be a few days? Because, like, that was months and months and months and months. That was almost like a year. But he's like, it's a few days? Like, canonically? Weird. Okay. This means, of course, that Willowdus will have to pay. I'm not yet sure how I'll collect that payment, in gold or his life. How did you obtain this information? Greybore sounds offended. I'm an assassin. If I didn't know how to obtain rumours, I'd be out of work. I visited a few taverns, including a place called Bad Luck. It's a real cesspool. Information flows into it from all over the city. I was approached by someone who was looking for thugs to hire. He was the one who told me everything. I would have found out more if I had talked to him longer, but after he called me a bloody larva, he needed a dentist, and I needed a new mug of beer. Who is this Willowdus? Greybore takes a slow, thoughtful draw from his pipe and then answers in a businesslike manner. Here's what I know about our prey. He is a demon, and a wizard powerful enough to enjoy high status in the city. Lately, he has surrounded himself with a small army of mercenaries, but they are mere thugs who lack the skills of professional bodyguards. Ever since Willowdus found out about the bounty on his head, he hasn't left his mansion. I suspect it's full of traps. I wouldn't underestimate the danger of facing Willowdus. They were looking for real daredevils to bring him down, which means this whole business is almost certainly risky, maybe even suicidal. Who wants Willowdus dead? The dwarf shrugs. An anonymous entity who apparently has more brains than Willowdus, and is smart enough to keep his name a secret from his employers. I bet it is one of the Deskarites. Darazand was one of Deskari's lackeys after all, and even though internal strife never ends within that snake pit, they always team up against external threats. And what do you suggest? Well, I'll be damned if I let a bunch of incompetent thugs get to him before me. No, first I must have a little chat with Willowdus, and then they can do whatever they want with him. How about we leave those hapless goons in the dust and visit Willowdus's mansion first? Sounds like an exciting challenge, doesn't it? Do you want to kill Willowdus? Oh, not necessarily. Perhaps I'd rather have the full weight of compensation in gold, and yet the longer my vengeance is delayed, the stronger my desire grows to collect the debt in another way. How do we find Willowdus? His mansion is in the upper city. It's called the House of Wicked Knowledge. I'm not sure how wicked his knowledge is exactly, but he is truly wicked when it comes to business agreements. Alright, let's do it. Excellent. I think that conversation will involve some good old-fashioned violence. Nice. Okay.
Let's
So,
move.
that brings us nicely to us leaving this area and going to, well, back to the other world and choosing a party for it. Although, before we do that, we'll do this. I'll do Expedious Retreat early, just so we can run around quickly. Hello. Here, far from the eyes of strangers, I can assume my true form. But in Nera I will remain hidden. It seems this sorrowful and unsettling place will be what we call home, at least for a time. What is our next step? In Nera there is no one as powerful as Shimira, the right hand of Nocticula herself. It is she who rules the city while her inscrutable mistress is away. As sad as it is for me to admit, we must try to gain her favor if we want Nera to take us seriously. How well known am I among the denizens of Nera? No one in Nera knows your name. Yet. Tell me honestly, what do you think about the one you call the champion of Golarion? I would be lying if I told you that I don't observe you with some trepidation. Sometimes I wonder what will happen if you falter, for power and responsibility represent the most difficult trial of all, and many righteous souls have failed to pass it. I'm sure he'd have something to say if we were currently evil or, had devil horns or something, but right now he seems chill with us. I want you to stop offering me advice. No. I have a question about our mission. Then ask away. You must have a lot of questions. Oh my lord. You have a lot of questions we can ask. What can you tell me about the Abyss and demons in general? Demons. The hand of the Inheritor speaks slowly and heavily, as if trying to break through some inner resistance. They are the youngest of they are the youngest race of the Outer Planes, and the wildest in origin. Once, entirely different creatures used to rule the Abyss. Those were Quiliploth, the embodiments of chaos. They were much less human-like. But then one entity conjured up the idea that primordial chaos could be mixed with an evil mortal soul, and that is how the first demon was created. No one remembers the name of the creator now, but the creations still live and prosper. They overthrew the Quiliploth and became the essence, the soul of the Abyss. And I honestly cannot say which was worse, before humanity was added to it, or now. What do you know about Nera? Chaos has many faces. When chaos decided to manifest itself in the form of a city, Nera was born. There are places in the Abyss that are darker, bloodier, more dangerous and deceiving, but I cannot imagine a place whose significance would eclipse that of Nera. When Nocticula built the city, she employed everything of the essence that ever existed in the Abyss. Demons of all kinds, from every corner of this gloomy plane live there. What is more, the Lady in Shadow opened the city's gates to visitors from other planes, and strangers swarmed the city. Merchants and travelers, mercenaries and explorers, mages and bards, creatures from all planes, those daring enough to visit the Abyss choose Nera as their destination. The city is divided by two sets of walls, between which lie the quarters open to outsiders. One set of walls protects Nocticula's guests from the rabble and the poor, who are desperate enough to violate their ruler's orders for a chance to get a coin or two. The other set of walls protects outsiders from the city's nobility, who can flout Nocticula's recommendations without any reason at all, merely on a whim. But do not think that there is a single place in Nera that is safe, for danger lurks around every corner there. Tell me more about Nocticula. The Lady in Shadow, the first of the succubi kin, and likely the most dangerous demon to have ever been spawned by the Abyss. I cannot tell you much about her. where she cunningly hides in the shadows, eluding the daggers of her foes and schemes of her rivals. All I know is that she gained power after she overthrew Areelu, who was the lord of shadow demons. She took his powers, his realm, and his subjects, and that merely whetted her appetite. Many demon lords have perished since then, cut down by her treacherous and sudden strikes. With each fallen enemy, her power grew stronger, and her glory greater. I cannot tell which of her weapons is more dangerous. Her unerring strikes, her seductive charms, her unbridled courage, or her astounding stealth. You must beware of all these dangers. I'd like to know more about Shimira. Shimira the Ardent Dream. This name once rang with purity and glory, but today it is tarnished with shame and treachery. Born in the upper planes, she was granted the high honor of kindling the flame of dreams in mortals, to fan it and protect it from the frigid chills of sorrow and cynicism. Shimira performed her duties faithfully until she made one single mistake. I will spare you the details, but all I will say is that the grandeur of the dream she fostered was equal only to the bloody price of its realization. It was a majestic but somber dream, and Shimira let it come true. Then she fled. Either cowardice or certainty of her rectitude kept her from standing in front of her superiors and answering for her actions. She hid in the abyss, where Nocticula, the Lady in Shadow, embraced her ardent light and darkened it with her blackness. A few centuries passed, and we heard her name again. Now she was called the Mistress of Shimira, Nocticula's loyal companion and favorite. That is how we knew for certain that we were right on that fateful day when we condemned Shimira. Our only regret is that we failed to foresee her fall. Okay, what's so dangerous about Shimira? She is the worst of all Baphomet's offsprings. She gained this grim title in the bloody conflict with her own brothers and sisters, and she brutally wiped out everyone who stood in her way. She did not even show mercy for her own mother and doomed her to a cruel execution. As a reward for her eagerness and loyalty, Baphomet granted her use of his most cherished tool, the Templars of the Ivory Labyrinth. However, now an even greater threat has arisen under Shimira's rule. Unusually powerful demons, the source of whose strength is unknown and dangerous to us. The Crusaders have encountered such demons only a scant few times, but should an entire army of such fiends appear, Dresden would fall, Nerosian would fall, then all of Avastin would follow, and even Golarion would not stand a chance against them. Putting an end to Shimira's machinations, that is our mission. I see you blessed the rocks of this cavern. Indeed I have. If even on Golarion the abyss's harmful influence can unsettle mortals and disturb their rest, what can be said of the abyss itself, the very heart of pain and sin? But worry not, champion. By the power granted to me by Iomade, I have consecrated these dark caves. You can find respite here and recover your strength, should the need arise. Everything is clear to me now. Our mission is extremely important, so I am loath to withhold any information that may help you. Well, then let me ask you a personal question. There shouldn't be any secrets between us, champion. The very instant that Queen Galfrey sent you to this dark place, I swore to myself I would do everything within my power to ease your burden. Why did you follow me to the abyss? Because my duty and my honor demanded that I do so. We're facing a great mission, a colossal challenge, while those who remained behind merely had the honor of protecting what you had already liberated from the demon hordes. My heart told me that my help would be needed here more. How does it feel for you to be in a place like this? This is not my first foray into the abyss, though it is the first time I have come here to watch and talk rather than do battle. On more than one occasion, I and other warriors of heaven have descended to this evil and corrupted place to bring retribution to the vile and grant salvation to their victims. For better or worse, heaven and the abyss cannot engage in open war, though I can recall some moments when we seem to teeter on the precipice of just that. All we can permit ourselves are raids and skirmishes along the border. Is ultimate victory over the demons even possible? It is, but it is not the kind of victory you dream of. The Hand of the Inheritor remained silent for a while before speaking in a heavy, hollow voice. The abyss lives, while evil lives in the hearts of mortals. Demons don't just appear from nothing. Most of them originate from the souls of people who committed themselves to evil while still living. That's why the War of the Abyss, should it ever start, may be never-ending. The place of each fallen demon will be immediately taken by a new one. That's why our only true chance to secure ultimate victory will emerge only after we exterminate all evil in the world. We must achieve a situation where not a single soul would voluntarily resort to evil deeds, when mortals themselves, by their own free will, turn to the light all at once. But no one in the universe knows how to achieve that, and many who have tried ended up as tyrants and false prophets. May heaven guard me against such a fall. I'm just gonna say, now this might make me sound like an evil villain, but if you were to take, the cold, unfeeling approach to this, and you're like, well, I want to get rid of every single demon, and the only way to get that is to make sure that no soul is resorting to evil deeds, and the souls who could resort to evil deeds are the people who live on Golarion. Would you not think that the way to get rid of the demons is to kill absolutely everybody on Golarion? Because then, there's no evil souls, right? All the souls are gone. And then the problem is sorted. I'm just saying, if you were looking for a permanent solution, that could be it. And then you just make all the good souls angels and everything's sorted. Yeah, no problems. Anyway, what are your thoughts on Galfrey's latest order? Iomade has never striven to rule over mortals. She has only guided and helped them. So I should follow her example and never try to interfere with your way of life or question it. What I will say is that I am certain of the necessity of our mission, as I am the sharpness of my blade. What surprised me, and truth be told unsettled me too, is the cruelty with which my noble sister-in-arms Galfrey dispatched you here. The Queen has every right to give orders to her commander, but right without righteousness is worth little. Well, is there anything you can help me with? I will follow you everywhere, remaining invisible so our enemies will not have the slightest suspicion of my presence. When you need advice, I will give it to you. When you are stricken by disease, I will come to your aid and dispel it. No matter how long you may have to travel through the abyss, you can always be sure that I am near, and heaven has not forsaken you. How do you hide yourself from the demons? This magic spell turns me into an invisible spirit, hidden from the eyes of everyone who was born in the abyss and whose heart has been blackened by evil. That seems like an important distinction to make. So it could be that Nocticula has somebody in her court who is not evil, and it was not born in the abyss, and then that person spots the Hand of the Inheritor and we get into some issues. That's something to watch out for. Those who hail from other planes are capable of seeing me if they use magical sight of some kind, as well as those few whose woeful fate was to be born and raised here while carrying light and purity in their souls. But my protection from demons is very effective, and will work until I myself decide to appear in my true form, to join the battle or help someone in need. I have no more questions. Can you heal me? Let the flow of light that pours upon you cleanse your soul of all the memories of filth and blood that the abyss so generously shared with you. So, that's a no then? Okay. Right. We have saved. It's time to go back to Shimira. Now, party change. Sela, you're out. Wendwalk, you're out. So, let's work it out. Who are we going with? Greybor, you're in. Because you have a quest. Woljif, you're in. You're a bit demon. I was going to put Ember in, but I've decided to put Nenio in instead. There's a reason I've decided to put Nenio in. The reason I've decided to put Nenio in is because Nenio has Dimension Door. Which, as good as Ember is, she doesn't have Dimension Door, so therefore cannot get us to secret areas. And right now, if it's just a talking phase of the game, getting to secret areas and exploring is much more important. And generally, I like going to those areas. Woljif also has Dimension Door, part demon. He's coming along. Out of our two healer clerics, I definitely feel like Darren is the one to bring along. He's, you know, probably going to be more accepting of the people around us. And then, you know, Arushale's a demon. So, like, she wins over Lan. Although Lan feels like he's part demon, but Arushale is a demon. So, you know, she kind of wins out on that one. So does this just take us directly to where we spawned in? Because that's where I want to go to. I'm also going to fully buff. It does! Fantastic! Right. Party-wise? That looks fine. Yeah, no issue. Fully buff. So, where are we? So, effortless armor. Bind traps. Cool. Those are good. True seeing, we can do 3 of. Okay. Is there any others? Oh yeah, see invisibility. True seeing. I'm trying to see what it shares things with. So we'll have it. I don't even know which one went down. Oh, this one went down, I think. We'll do another true seeing for Arushale. Nope, I actually don't. Oh, it shares. Well, I still don't know which one it shares with. Maybe this one. Then one for Greybor. Yeah, so it's this one. Okay, that's fine. Turn on that. Heroism for us. Greybor. Woljif. Darren. Arushale. And Nenio. Cool. Let's go. Oh, yes, I was also told that I misread something. Which is, I misread... Does anyone actually have it? None of these people have it. You know the lucky one? The lucky one that we had in here that was like, if you roll a 1, you get... It doesn't miss. In my head, I was like, oh yeah, it doesn't miss because you re-roll it. It never actually said that you re-roll it. So I believe that it will... yeah. Instead of that, what will happen... I'm trying to figure out the right phrasing here. So what will happen is, if it rolls a 1, it just gives you a chance of hitting. Well... Currently, a 1 is just an auto miss. So it's good if something has low AC, or if you already have enough to get you over the check, but actually it's only for attacks as well. So yeah, it's only good if something has low AC, basically. So, it's fine, but it's not great. Yeah, we've used all of our relativity points in buffs. That's okay. We're not in a combat area, so that really makes sense. You are fine. Here. You don't have... Well, actually, mage armor is something you can do. That's fine. False life greater. The rest we don't need to worry about. Darren. Bless. The spell, which is surely, you know, not that good at this point. A couple of these. What kind of bonus does it give you? It says it's a morale bonus. Does Bless stack with Heroism? Heroism does not stack with our cat. Wait, what?
I stand ready.
Oh. Well, that's interesting. So we actually don't need our cat anymore.
I welcome your company.
Well, that's... well, we're not going to get rid of it, but that's fine. Yeah, I was just checking. I guess morale bonuses probably stack. That's the answer to my question that I was having with myself there. Did I just give you two the buff? Yeah, I've now lost who's got buffs, who hasn't got buffs. You had a buff. You? Probably shouldn't, you know, start looking at other things mid-buffing. Right, one of those. Oh, there was something I needed to look at for Greybore. Probably should have done it before buffing. That's okay. One of those. One of those. And then go for armor. 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 Shield upgrade. Don't do that one. One of those. We're going to be very well protected. Yeah, one of those. There are a couple of freedom of movements we can actually apply now if we wanted to. Cold. Electricity. Acid. You know, let's do freedom of movement on our frontliners. So we now have half of our party with freedom of movement as well. That's pretty good. You, mage armor yourself. And Areelu. Oh, you still have some. Yeah, feather step mass. Long strider. Delay poison. Cool. I think we're really quite set there. So the thing I had to check for Greybore was apparently, because his second weapon is not a light weapon, we're getting a higher negative to attack than we would if it was a light weapon. That's what I'm being told. Do we have... Is this a light weapon? We don't have a light weapon to test it with. Okay. Next time we get a light weapon, we will test his to attack. Right. So apparently this is an area which we can use Dimension Door on. That's what I was told. Unless I got... Oh yeah, because it looks like there's somewhere we can go there. So I'm going to quick save before I do Dimension Door every time as well. No. This is not an area we can Dimension Door to. Okay, that's fine. I must not have understood the area correctly, but we'll keep an eye out. We'll do a little run through this way in case we run into a Dimension Door area. Or maybe it was like an area up here was a Dimension Door area. Yeah, it might be up here. Like, yeah, this one. Oh, yeah. Okay, I see. Because there's no other way up there. You have to Dimension Door. Oh, yes. I was also told how these work. It's based on your camera angle. So you see you make them go up and down as much as we like. Which is annoying. Oh, that means that this is a thing up here. Oh. Is that somewhere we can go? Looks like we can go there. Interesting. Anyway. Dimension Door mass. Here. There we go. Actually get people who can loot to loot.
This is my kind of work.
Hey, magic essence and a light mace. Oh, would you look at that? I ask for a light weapon, we get a light weapon. It also does more damage. Well, that's perfect. It's finesse wielding, which isn't necessarily good, but we could give it to Woljif if it is, if we want to. It is emanating an aura that makes enemies in a 10 feet radius suffer -2 to attack and damage rolls with ranged weapons. They don't get like a roll against that? That's really good. Okay, so 24-19 against 28-23. Okay, yeah, so that's even with... So it does have an extra +2. Let's see. So yeah, so that's... Oh, don't take off the belt. So what's it getting there? Strength, morale, heroism, +5. Then, this one. He gets -2 for 2 weapon fighting. While with this, he doesn't get the -2 for 2 weapon fighting. Oh, cool. So we'll give him that. Well, that works. And it's a better weapon. Alright. Well, I'll take it. There's no quick way down. I'm noticing there's something going on with those lava pits as well. Right. Can I cheat with my dimension doors here?
Hmm? Oh, yes, what?
No. Okay. Dimension door mass down here. So this looks like an area we can get to as well. Over this side. Quick save. I want to dimension door mass.
But then there will be no mysteries left. What a nightmare.
Okay, I can't go to any of these places, so it must not be... Yeah. Okay. Those must not be real ones. Okay. Do we want to go back to the tavern? We do have some things to sell, so we should go back to the tavern. Right. Up here. All fine. Keep an eye out for secret areas. Yeah, I don't think there's anything up there. Should be able to see if we miss... Oh, we missed loot over here. I'm just going to load the game from when I was up there. Come on, where are we? This one? Yeah. So, I just forgot to pick up the loot. I opened the chest, but didn't pick up the loot. That's fine. We'll just do this. This will be easier. Then, you know, wasting another dimension door to travel. Just do that. Alright, so I loaded the one after. I think this is the dimension door we're looking for. Wait, unless this one's before. Maybe I didn't have one that was at the right spot. I must have, right? Unless I must have quick saved when I came back down. Whatever. Oh, we can just teleport up. Okay, whatever. I'm just going to run up there this time. That's fine. Around here. Everybody group up over here. Also, I just realized if we're doing a lot of teleporting, it's probably good we don't have the horse with us. Because that would cause a lot of issues. Well, this is just simple. Right. No, don't. There we go.
This is my kind of work.
I noticed that Nenio was getting to it, and I was like, problem. Okay. That's fine.
You are my favorite.
Now you're going to teleport over here. That's very annoying. Wait. This is the quick save I want to load. That is very annoying. Yeah, okay, so make sure everyone is grouped up. I'm right, the horse would have been a huge pain. This is annoying, but the horse would have made it so much worse. Also, I'm going to redo my party for a little bit here. You're going to go there. You're going to go there. And you are going to go there. Cool. So that should make her a little bit closer to everybody. The benefit being, obviously, when we do Dimension Door, it's going to be centered on her, so it's going to mean that we can actually, get everybody every time. I think it's a 10 foot around her. There we go. So lockpick. Loot. Give Greybore the item. Every single time I try and put it in the left bit. Quick save. And then...
I will prove my worth.
That's the wrong person. You're not a wizard. There we go. We're all okay. Cool. The other thing that I was thinking of... okay, that was just weird. The other thing I was thinking of is that you've got a trickery thing. And you've got a trickery thing. But really, only one of you should have the trickery thing. Yes, and it should be Woljif. That's fine. Just for just now. They don't stack. Well. There we go. That works for me. Yeah, so we should have the most trickery on one person.
Let us be off.
That we can get. We should probably have taken Kamelia's one as well, but maybe it wouldn't have stacked either. So that's an athletics check up there, which takes us somewhere. There's also loot over here that we missed, but that's fine. We haven't been there yet. Right. Tavern. Let's go sell our stuff. So, finally made it back to the tavern after all this time. Right. Hello. Show me your wares. Cool. We're gonna go type. Gonna sell the short spear, the mythical chain shirt, the headband, and the amulet. Cool. We'll deal. Nice. Oh wait, did I ever check what he sells? Sort by price and descending. Is everything we sold to him. Nice. Nice. Yep, so you didn't really have anything. We could buy all of this. There's really no reason not to. I'm going to buy all of it. The reason is that it might be useful. Now that is obviously going to add to our weight, but I think it's still worthwhile buying all of it. Got anything that's good in here? Not really. Potions of haste could be fine, but yeah, it's okay. And then all of this is just junk. We sold them. Cool. Yeah, it costs us 800, but we should still do it, because then if we need to do cooking recipes in the future, we've got stuff. We don't have any anti-corruption stuff though for our cooking, but that's fine. So that takes us outside somewhere. Is that the only places we can go? Outside, outside, and outside? Yeah, right. Let's go back to where we started. I'm just trying to do this in some kind of logical order now. So, we'll just expand out from where we started. So, we're going to go left here and up the athletics check.
Let's move.
Now we don't have horse. Who is our athletics character? It's Greybore. -1. That's okay. It's still an auto pass, pretty much. Yeah, that's fine. And now we're exploring up here. Good. Ooh. Okay. So we got... what's happening with you, Ember? Why are you here? Walking down a street in the Shimira, you see Ember. She's sitting on the ground, surrounded by demons, shielding a scrawny babao who looks like he's been beaten. Why are you doing this to him? You're hurting him. Hey, you little ragamuffin. We'll beat you up too. Who are you, anyway? I'm just a mortal. Weak and silly compared to you. I'm a mayfly. One moment I'm here, the next I'm gone. But you'd better listen to what I tell you, because I've lived more than you have. Well, how have you lived longer than they have? It's a good one. We'll just say nothing. The demon draws close to the girl and looks her over with contempt. What's with all the riddles? What do you mean you've lived more than us? It's very simple. I haven't lived very long, but I have friends, those I can protect, those who are glad to see me, and there are many sad things, but I still know what happiness is. But you, beating, biting, fearing, hating each other, are you really happy? And if you aren't, is this any kind of life? So yeah, I've lived a lot, but you're gonna spend centuries and centuries without really living. Ah, this mortal brat, this lump of meat is gonna preach to us. The demon gives a predatory sniff, bends down and shows off his mouth filled with sharp teeth. You know what makes me happy? Gobbling up tasty pieces of meat like you. Ember looks at him serenely. She reaches out and strokes his horned head with her burned palm. Poor thing. You were so hurt and scared all the time. You feel a bit better for a while when you torture others and forget about your suffering. Is that really happiness? The demon recoils from her touch. There was a combination of surprise and terror in his fearsome face. Are you crazy or something? The demons stand around Ember. Their faces show caution and rapacious interest. It is clear that they are slightly afraid of the strange girl who shows no fear, but at the same time, they see no obvious threat. Well, I warn you, this girl is under my protection. If anyone so much as touches her, they won't be leaving here in one piece. The demons cautiously look you over. No one's gonna touch her. What would we want with our little runt like that? Come on now, little one. Keep telling Your lies. What were you saying? Love, friendship. So that sort of drivel. She's a witch. Probably wants to sell us something. Some magic potions or herbs. Come on, show us what you have. What? No, I'm not selling anything. I just wanted to tell you how much you're missing. I mean, you're free. Freer than anyone in the world. But you use this freedom to make life miserable for yourself and everyone else. Just think how much happier you could be. Ember keeps preaching. The demons listen, occasionally interrupting with laughter and obscene jokes. Finally, they grow bored and walk away. They left. Do you think they understood anything? Well. Who knows? Even I'm intrigued to see how it will turn out. You're right. I want to help them so much, but how could I know what will work and what won't? Maybe in an hour's time, you and I won't even be alive. What a weird thing to say. You know, I was thinking. I tried sending prayers to the demon lords, and I tried talking to the demons in the street. But one of the demon lords lives right here in the city. Nocticula, right? What if I try to talk to her? Not through prayer, but in person. You're gonna meet her sooner or later, aren't you? Please take me with you. I'm sure if we meet face to face, like you and I are talking right now, I'll be able to convince her to stop being so mean. You'll take me to her, promise? Arrange a meeting Nocticula for Ember. This does not sound good. This does not sound good. Alright, lore religion, DC 38 check. Are we good at this? Oh, wait, no, it's lore nature I looked at. Wrong lore. Lore religion 25.
Rules are made
I think
to be
we're
broken.
not very good at lore religion in this party. Alright, alright. All we have to do is just hope. We'll pass it. No problem. I mean, wait, why did Darren do the lower religion check? Is this higher? Wait a second, ours is higher than Darren. Why would Darren do the check? That doesn't make any sense at all. Yeah. Our lower religion is better, right? Yeah. He had an auto fail. Alright, how about we do it?
I can't do it.
I mean, we still fail, but like, at least we had a chance. I'm gonna do this 1 or 2 more times. I don't know why I'm so interested in what this particular piece of writing says. But I'm like, I have to know. Why is it behind such a high DC? Maybe it's just not a high DC and you're meant to have someone with good religion nearby. Ah, get out of here with your logic. Don't need any of that here. And
I stand ready.
try it. Was that the exact same roll? That was the exact same roll, I think. That would be like a very trolly update of them. Be like, nah, actually now all of your RNG for these rolls is baked in when you load in a zone for the first time. You're just gonna get this roll. That would be very funny. That was a 12. Need one more. Need one more. One tiny little extra roll. Now, if we had the item that gave us +5, would I use it? Yes. Why do I not have the item? Because I left it on Ember. Could I go back and get it? Yes, but like, I think it's going to be quicker to do this than to go back and get it.
I stand ready.
Although, you know, I might be proved wrong eventually. Try it again. Try it again. This is really bad luck, right? We only need to roll above a 13. We've rolled below it 4 times. That seems fairly unlucky, right? Yeah, although to be fair, the first time was Darren, and Darren like literally couldn't pass unless he rolled a 20.
This
so
is my path.
Right, that's definitely 4 times now. The roll got lower. That's good. Good. Cool. Right. Try it again. I'm very invested in this roll being a success. Very invested. Right. Try it again.
There is no greater satisfaction than overcoming
success.
a challenge. That is, of course, until one day the
Rolled a
challenge
2.
overcomes you.
Rolled a 2. What was she saying? She was just talking nonsense at me. Right. Keep going. So this is attempt number 6 at rolling above a 13 on a d20. Okay.
I can't do it.
Apparently, no. Apparently, you can't do it. That was a 6. Oh, sorry, that was a 7, but it was our 6th roll. Okay. This will be a pass. This is a guaranteed pass. The next one, can't fail it. It's actually it's locked in. Pass.
I can't do it.
Okay, turns out that was wrong. We rolled a 2 again. Okay, so that's 7. Now I'm just morbidly curious how many attempts it's going to take us to roll above a 13 on a d20. Okay. So we're at 7. In theory, if we get up to 20 attempts, we should have rolled everything on the dice. There we go. The symbols inscribed on the wall belong to the language of the Titans, the first creations of the gods, and themselves the creators of the sinister Demodans. We rolled a 19 at least. What I love is that it was that many attempts, and then that... Oh, there is loot. Okay, I was going to say, and that's all we got? Oh. Okay. So we can place something on those symbols? That's interesting. Okay. Rooftops is a 32. Okay. Pass.
I'm the best.
I love the way he said that. I'm the best. Yeah, pass. Hey, we did it. We got a cloak and we got a lockpick. Nice. Librarian's Cloak. Grants its wearer a +10 competence bonus on used magic device skill checks. Also increases the effective caster level by 4 when using scrolls. Hey, Nenio, if ever there's been a thing for you, this is a thing for you. Yeah, it looks like the other one's probably now an Ember item. What does our cloak do? Oh, that doesn't stack? With what? With this? Yes. But the +4 caster level when using scrolls. It's so good. Okay, I suppose like that one thing doesn't stack, but that's fine. Doesn't really matter. Races of Armor 1 don't stack. Yeah, we should probably get rid of them, but that's fine. Yeah, that I think is a thing for Ember, but it could be a thing for us, because our Knowledge Arcana is also good. So we'll do that for just now, and then we could always give Ember it later. Yeah. Okay. What's this? Looks like these rooftops can be used to bypass the guards and get to the streets above. Oh, right. So that lets us get, like, just straight up to, like, a different area. I mean, sure. Let's do it. Oh, right. By a different area, it loads you into a different area as well. So this is like option number 5. Instead of doing any of the previous options, you just simply walk your way to the top. And off you go. Okay. Well, I'm going to go back down again. Except there is loot here. So this is Middle City.
Let us be off.
Do we just keep climbing up? Sure. What's that? That looks interesting. I'll do the athletics check for the XP. There's a trap here, which we will disable. Right, now I think we're on the main level. Now getting back down should be easy, because the mobility checks.
I'm here.
And your mobility is 27. Yeah. That should be easy. Oh, 31 actually on Areelu. Well, there we go. Yeah, so I believe these are auto successes. Oh, this one's not an auto success, but that's fine.
Please forgive me.
Oh no, she failed? What does that even do when it's a loading zone between areas? Do we just crash straight down and die? What happens? Oh, we don't even take that much damage. Okay. Oh, Rushile's like, nah, I'm fine. Why didn't she fall over? Oh, cause she... Wait, yeah, why didn't she fall over? Is she... Oh, I was gonna say she has wings, but so does Darren, and he fell over.
I finished here. Is there more?
Yeah, you managed to somehow pass a check, which you guaranteed passed by like 6. I'm amazed. That guard looks... They look pretty gnarly, huh? Cool. Right. Well, what I think we're gonna do... Gonna get into Ember's corner here. And we're gonna end the episode. We have a way to Middle City if we need it. But what I think we're gonna do is, obviously, we're gonna do all of these quests. Even if we only have to do one. We're gonna do all of them. Because we can. So, yeah. I'm going to end the episode there. Thank you for watching. I'll see you next time. Goodbye.